very happy to be here at this very international conference. So thank you for the opportunity to be here today and tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. My name is Aukje. I know it's a very difficult, unpronounceable Dutch name, so if you haven't had a personal tutorial in how to pronounce it, then please come and see me. I'll be more than happy to explain. I'm the director of a small non-profit organization based in the Netherlands, but we work all over Europe, called Respect the Mountains. What I usually do is, for a presentation, I start with a statement. I love the mountains. And what I usually then do is I ask, so who else here loves the mountains? But I think in this case, that would result in people like waving at me and shouting from the top of their lungs, yes, I love the mountains too. So I'll ask you a different question. And that is, what do mountains give you? Is there anyone that has something popping up in their mind and can share with us what mountains give you? Could be just one simple word.
Happiness.
Sorry?
Happiness.
Happiness, that's a wonderful one. Anybody else?
Peace.
Peace, beautiful.
Replenishment.
Replenishment, wow.
Challenge.
Awe, very good.
Foundation.
Foundation.
Humility.
Wow. There's many, many wonderful words popping up here, so I think everybody feels something, at least everybody here, when I ask you, what do the mountains give you? There's some other words, and I think the words that just came from the audience were much better than are here on the screen. So the mountains give us many things, and you know, we are called Respect the Mountains, and we stand for a simple thing, and that is, we love the mountains and we want them to be protected. So I'm just taking you to Europe, and just an example of what is going on in Europe at the moment. In the European Alps, which is quite a large area covering many European countries, there are 100 million tourist visits each year, both winter and summer tourists, but there are only 13 million residents. So you can imagine how big the pressure is on that area. And how hard it is to make sure that those mountains are respected with all those tourists visiting it. So what we do is we were born in 2004, and we were founded out of a need to create awareness about mountain areas and promote sustainable mountain tourism. So that's what we do. Now, how do we do this? So what do we do? Promoting sustainable mountain tourism, okay, so how does that work? The first thing that we do is we create awareness. If everybody would respect the mountains, we wouldn't be necessary. So creating awareness is just a vital part of what we do, because if people have heard of us or have heard of how to respect the mountains and that they should respect the mountains, then maybe in the end we will not even be necessary anymore. I think that's far away, but still that's a goal to strive for, that we're not necessary because everybody's respect the mountains. We create awareness in many different ways. Just a few are, we have a website, we give presentations, we use media, we are visible at trade fair and events, and are very active on social media. So that are just a few ways of creating mountain awareness. But that's not enough, because creating awareness, then people know that we exist and they know that, yes, okay, we should respect the mountains, but then what are solutions to the problems that are currently facing these mountains? So we also provide solutions. What we have is we have a web shop, and we have small solutions to the need, and one of them is like we have this small mini rubbish bin where people can put their cigarette butts in, or their candy papers. They make a nice clicking sound too. And then they can actually put that in there instead of throwing it in the snow. Maybe there's someone that is smoking a cigarette when they're skiing, which is possible, and then they don't know what to do with it, and then they can put it in this little bin. And that's just a small example. Another thing that we do is we have created our Envirotrek series, which is a series of cleanup events, and I will get back to that later in this presentation. So create awareness and provide solutions is basically our core business. And who we cater for is the mountain tourist. So there are, Europe is, there's many countries in Europe, and if people are traveling from the Netherlands or from the UK or from northern Germany or other places to the European Alps. Maybe they don't travel there all the time. Maybe they are just a student club that wants to have a great time in skiing in an area in the European Alps, and they're only there for a week. So they don't live in the mountains. They maybe not know how to care for it, and it's not their backyard. So what we often see is that people that love the mountains, but they are only there maybe for 1 week a year, yeah, it's not their backyard. Why should I care? And then, of course, we try to educate them a little bit and say, well, you should care because, first of all, it may not be your backyard, but it's somebody else's backyard. So it's important to care for that as well. Plus, what you do in the mountains also has effect on your own country. Like, for instance, with the Netherlands, and the mountains provide, fresh water. All the snow melting, they provide fresh water that flows downstream into rivers, and those rivers eventually come out in, amongst other places, also in the Netherlands. So what you do in the mountains actually does have an effect on your own backyard. Okay, they say then, yes, okay, I understand now that I have to care about these mountains, and it does have an effect, but how do I care for these mountains? And then 7, I think, is a magic number, like Ben just told us about the leave no trace ethics, because we use the 7 ways to respect the mountains. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a short movie of the 7 ways to respect the mountains, or how we look at it, and visual always helps to understand the message that you bring across. So let's have a short look at a movie. There's no audio. Great, so sorry about that. There was no audio, but we'll try to fix that. So these were the 7 ways to respect the mountains, and just guide you quickly through them again. So our purpose with this is not to give people any rules, but just we would like to let them think about the impact that they can themselves make if they want to help respect the mountains. So the first thing you can do if you are someone that lives in London and you're going to Snowdonia National Park in Wales, or maybe you're flying to France for a week of ski fun, is to think about how you book, because so many people just, they choose the cheapest option, which is understandable. But there's more you can do. You can think about, maybe I can choose a ski resort that gets its electricity from solar paneled lifts, for instance. So to book smart is a thing that you could think about. Also, we'd like to encourage tourists to think about how they travel. So maybe not travel in your own by car or by plane, but take the train or the bus or carpool with other people. So travel wise. Support sustainable practices. So when you're in your resort, maybe you can make choices that help the locals. So, you know, buy locally grown produce, for instance, or seek out brands in your local resort that support sustainability. An important one is to be a respectful and responsible mountain tourist. Care about other mountain users, care about the locals, and make sure that when you go into the mountains, you are prepared, because we all know the mountains can be dangerous, and you need to be a responsible mountain tourist as well to be respectful towards the mountains. An important one, and one that we've heard much about, and a really good one, is leave no trace. So what you take in, always take out with you as well. Reduce, reuse, recycle, and upcycle. If you don't have any use for your old snowboard anymore, maybe you can make it into a nice bench and, you know, give new purpose to an old item. And also important, spread the word. If you're respecting the mountains, and you're a role model for maybe future generations or for other people, and they can be inspired to respect the mountains as well. So I said I would come back to our Envirotrek series. And that actually is based on the principle of leave no trace. So we saw there was a need in many mountainous areas and hilly areas, it's not all high mountains, in Europe, that there was still a lot of trash to be found. And we wanted to come up with a solution to have the tourists that are actually maybe leaving a lot of litter also clean it up. So we developed the Envirotrek series. It's now in its 6th year. We actually have one in France tomorrow. Very exciting. And again, I'm going to show you a short movie, so let's fingers crossed that audio maybe works. And we're going to have a look at a short movie of an Envirotrek, and that might help you to understand what it is. So yes, that was Envirotrek, and maybe you've learned a little bit from the movie, but Envirotrek is basically a fun one-day event, and it's suitable for all ages. So we have people that are bringing their babies and their young children, from people that are well over 80 and still enjoying the day. And what we want to do with this series is we want to make sustainable mountain tourism fun. There's plenty of people that go to the mountains and have a wonderful holiday there. And this gives them the opportunity during their holiday to actually give something back to the area that they're holidaying in, that they're actually that they're enjoying. They're learning new skills. They might try climbing in the afternoon or rafting or mountain biking, and in the morning they give back. So each day is always the same setup. In the morning we take people out to clean up a riverbed, a mountain slope, depending on how many people there are. And we just clean up. We have bags, we have gloves, and people just clean up litter from the area. Very often also off trail, because that's where a lot of trash is found. We find the craziest things, of course, lots of plastic bottles, cans, nappies, but also car tires, entire cars we found in the forest in Schwarzwald just last May. An old car, no idea how it came there, but somehow we stumbled upon it, and with help of the foresters that were guides, we took it out of the forest there. So people have 2 hours of cleanup in the morning, then they come back, they're sweaty, they're satisfied because they found trash, they've actually made a difference in that beautiful area. Then we provide them with the barbecue. They can chat with other like-minded individuals, enjoy time with other mountain lovers. And in the afternoon, they and their families can enjoy an outdoor activity. And some people are very seasoned. They've done hundreds of mountain bike rides and are just looking for a fun challenge. There's also people that have never climbed, never rafted, never done anything in the outdoors. And this way they can actually, enjoy it and see with their own eyes and feel with their bodies how wonderful the outdoors are and how great the mountains are. So fun for us is a really important day, really important issue on this day. We want people really to have a fun day. This last year, we're doing it for 6 seasons now. This is the 6th season. So last year we collected over 2,600 kilograms of garbage during 8 events, which is great because, of course, we not only want people to have fun, we actually also wanted to have another purpose, and that is collect trash from nature so that it doesn't stay there. And this year we have 9 events this season in 6 different European countries. So our goal is also to try and cover as many European countries as we can with this event series, so that everybody can enjoy the mountains at the same time, make a difference. Making sustainable mountain tourism fun is the goal. What we do also during these events is really connect with the locals. So it's really a community event. There's many local partners involved in each event. That could be the people that take care of the barbecue or that are the outdoor suppliers. So we connect the tourists with the locals at these events, and we make sure everybody has a fantastic day. We couldn't do that without the help of our partners. Keen Footwear is the main sponsor for these event series, but we have many other partners that make this happen, and we hope to continue for many more years, make it bigger, collect more trash, have more people enjoy a fantastic day in the outdoors. And talking about fun, I know I don't have a lot of time again, but I have another short movie for you. And this one, I personally find that fun really seeps through this one. What we did in the second year that we did Envirotrek, we wrote a song, a specific Envirotrek song, on the lyrics of We Will Rock You by Queen. It was called We Will Clean Up. We wrote the lyrics, we had it recorded with a professional singer and guitarist. And we asked our participants during these events to play back some of these and be an actor in this movie that we're about to make. It is a few years old, you might be able to see that, but I still think it's really fun, and it's, I'm going to conclude more or less my presentation with the movie, and maybe there's some time for questions afterwards. So let's play the last movie and have fun with it. Yes, we will clean up. Unfortunately, we're not allowed to put this video online because the music company of Queen didn't give us permission to use it in this form. Well, they asked for a hefty fee and we couldn't afford it, unfortunately. I'll conclude here. Thank you so much for your attention. If you have any questions or you'd like more information, come see me or sign up via our newsletter. And yes, let's keep our playground clean. Thank you so much for your attention. If there are any questions, or is there any time, Roger?
Yeah, we have.
Okay. 2 minutes.
We got a minute for a couple of questions.
Okay. Well, please.
Are the people that go on those programs, is it a volunteer?
They actually,
Do they pay to go?
yes, they pay a fee of €10 to be part of the whole day because they have the barbecue and the outdoor activity, which would normally be quite experienced, so they only pay a small fee to be a part of the day, and then clean up as well. Any others? Sorry, there was a question.
Do you work with schools?
Yeah, sometimes we have schools signing up for these event series as well, but they usually take place in summer holidays, so that makes it really hard for schools to to participate because they're usually on a holiday. So there's lots of kids involved, but they usually come with their parents, which is actually really nice because it's a really good way of the parents to educate their young kids just by taking them to an event and having fun with them. Anybody else? Please.
Well, you kind of answered it, but what's the age demographic? Is it usually kids with families?
Yeah, we have all sorts of ages. We also have lots of young people participating, or people that are a little bit older. But we do have a lot of families, and that's also especially because there's lots of parents that want to teach their children something and have fun with them while they're doing something good.
So the cigarette butts.
Yes, we find lots of them.
I mean, was there research done on finding that was one of the major items of litter around various areas throughout Europe? And I know Europe as a whole definitely primarily smokers, but that's interesting.
Yeah, no, like we find so many cigarette butts, and a problem with cigarette butts is also that after the winter snow melts, that's when they appear. So there's many people that mountain tourists that might throw them away in winter and snow. You don't see it anymore, but then once spring comes in May, this all comes up, and especially the children love to clean up cigarette butts, so they will just be searching for them and putting them in their bag, and look, I found another one. Yeah, we're trying to make it into a fun thing to clean up cigarette butts. That was it, maybe. Great. Well, thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much. I learned about this organization this year. It was quite interesting. I was up at base camp on Denali, and we had two climbers, really, really high-end climbers. They had just pretty much freed Muggs's route, the Moonflower, and it was the first woman to free it that we knew of. And she came back, and actually she cleaned the route going back down and came with all this stuff off the Moonflower. And she's one of the folks with Respect the Mountains that you have as your staff. And I just didn't know there was a group like that. And so that was in June, and so it was a very quick trying to get you here and have you at the conference, because pretty neat group, and especially to have people cleaning the Moonflower. That's amazing. So, all right, thank you so much. The next person here, Karen Rollins, is from Canada, and she is actually with the director of Backcountry Energy Environmental Solutions, and gave a presentation for Exit Strategies 4 years ago. And they are constantly doing research on really great stuff for mountain and alpine areas. And I thought that the latest stuff that their organization is doing is very applicable to this conference. And Karen, if you want to come on up, and we'll get you going here. But it's great to have you back again. So thank you.